Welcome to episode 7 of the Slabbed podcast. Only a day late, but we got to let our boy get healthy here. But appreciate everybody stopping by. This is going to be an awesome episode, talking strictly pretty much Collecticon. We'll get into that, kind of explain what that is. But before we jump into that, we got to go through what the spicy topic was, the most voted last week. That was, of course, my comment. And I noticed Dan Catchmall Collectibles had mentioned you pretty much screwed yourself out of 4 hours of voting. And you did. Like, you had posted your comment later than me, and that's you're getting punished for that one. So my comment was voted, and I mentioned Pokemon is in a bubble was my most voted spicy topic. So do you want to take first at bat at this and let me clean up, or what are you thinking?
I think Pokemon has been in a bubble since it freaking released. Pokemon has been insane. And hi, everybody. Just bear with me today. I'm all Tylenol'd up. I've had a fever, not feeling great. So I'm battling through. I might not be the most entertainment, most sexy, funny guy tonight, but we're going to get through it. So, honestly, I just think that Pokemon's just been hype and crazy since I was a little kid. Like, I just remember being on the playground and, like, seeing people's binders and people bringing in cards and trading and, oh, my God, I got the Charizard and, the rest of it. Like, it just being a crazy thing. I feel like Pokemon just is a bubble that just keeps expanding in different areas. Kind of like one of those stress ball things where you can squeeze it and it's got, like, baking soda or whatever the stuff is inside, And like different areas pop out depending on where you squeeze it. Like I feel like at the moment the cards are a pretty big bubble part of it, but they're always going to be part of the bubble. That's kind of like my analogy, I guess I'd call it. So I agree, but I'm maybe not for the same reasons that maybe you do. I also like that you said Pokemon is in a bubble, not necessarily Pokemon cards are in a bubble. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but there's a lot of talk about games now, potentially on Nintendo Switch coming out, and there's hopefully another movie coming out this year. I like to think there's going to be another Pokemon movie. That should be fun. We've got, Pokemon Day?
Yeah.
Right around the corner, right? That's literally, 6 days away, next Monday. So there's a lot of cool stuff happening right now. A lot of really cool things coming with the new generation, new starters in there. There's some new crazy stuff. We've got the cheese string dude, all the rest of it. Like, there's definitely some fun stuff. So yeah, I agree. I think it probably is in the ball, but I kind of like it. I think it's good. There's good stuff happening. I don't think it's going to pop. I think it'll probably just smooth out and maybe move to a different area of the bubble. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I think similar to you. I think the bubble had just been expanding. I think it popped whatever Nintendo EX era kind of popped around there, came back. Then we started getting a little bit older. Then we bubbled again, Logan Paul time frame, Gary V pumping it to the moon time frame, and it popped
Pokemon
again.
Go, it got pretty busy around Pokemon Go too.
Yeah, Pokemon Go. There was different bubbles that were created and stuff like that. But this is what I would consider a very different bubble from obviously the Pokemon Go, the Logan Paul bubble. It's a lot different from both of those. This one we're coming still off of a bubble pop, I would say, the Logan Paul era. I don't think it was all influenced by him, but it was that time frame. People know when that is. But basically, we popped, everything came down, a lot of the vintage stuff. I feel like the vintage Pokemon cards are not in a bubble. I feel like that is pretty much stagnant, has been what it is for probably a year and a half, or it may be trending down still in some aspects. But even 2 days ago, when I was streaming PWCC, $12,000 Moonbreon. I made this comment was before a $12,000 Moonbreon was sold on PWCC. I didn't even know that was going to happen 4 days later, 5 days later. Modern Pokemon is absolutely bananas right now. Probably the most, like, when was the last time a modern Pokemon card, besides a trophy card, sold for 5 figures out of a set. Never. I can't imagine the last set card that sold for 5 figures. Assuming it's paid for, unconfirmed, but PWCC did make a post, I believe, of the sale. But I know in the past maybe they have posted things that didn't sell, so it's up to you whether you believe it is a sale or not. I do, based on the current mania stuff going on around modern Pokemon. The supply is short, the demand is extremely high for modern Pokemon. And I don't think it's weird. It's not like I said, like it's not a celebrity influenced bubble that's happening. It's literally a supply shortage bubble influenced by the highest demand. I wouldn't be surprised if we had more than 9.1 billion last year. We'll find out here in the coming months what that was, but it's definitely going to be insane to see how this goes going forward. As soon as they get a little bit more supply out there, will the modern, like some of these modern cards, the Moonbreon gets 2 years old, 3 years old, will that thing sustain? I doubt it. $12,000 is absurd. There was a first edition 8.5 Charizard that sold for the same exact price in the same auction. That blows my effing mind. People are paying that much for black labels. It's good. It's good news for me, but it's absolutely insane. I can't imagine this continuing. If it does, we're all going to be stinking rich. It's going to be insane. So can't complain about that, but there's no way it just keeps up.
You know what I think that has driven a bigger wedge between made it the disparity like so much more extreme from the height of the height to the low of the low right now. So like bulk is like crazy low, like it's very low compared to what it has been the past few years. And then the rare new first whatever of the higher grades, they're like different things. It's not a single card, whereas bulk is single card. I mean, it's multiple single cards, but it's like single raw cards, let's say. I think grading companies are the reason why there is such a disparity, obviously, because that adds value, getting them graded and having the grade, black label, whatever. But I'd be very curious on like if grading companies didn't exist these past years, if we were still just in raw cards and raw prices, if the boom would have been extreme, if the boom would have boomed as much as it did the past few years without graded slabs and stuff, whether it was just a case of like COVID and people get into it, would Logan Paul still been interested? Like, because he wasn't really chasing like slabs. I know he ended up buying slabs and then he ended up grading a bunch of the cards that he opened from his box. But like, that's a bit murky on like, would any of that situation still happened if PSA didn't exist? Like, would he be inspired by from Gary and like some of the other people that were trying to self-buy? Like Gary is a huge PSA collector. Probably, I don't know, been collecting longer than anybody else I can think of. I mean, maybe Gem Mint, he's been in it a long time, but like most people haven't been collecting slabs since like very, very early on, like before they even had holograms on the labels. So yeah, I don't know. I think they're definitely a part of what you're saying, like that big change from like the prices being so high and so low. Next generation is going to be interesting. There's going to be a new Pokemon too. It's going to be first rookie cards in a black label. I mean, what's the Quaxley black label going to do right out of the gate? The first one that's for sale. I mean, is that like a $200 card, or is it a slab, or is it 12,000? I mean, I don't know. Rarity obviously plays into it, but that $12,000 card ain't that rare. It's not $12,000 rare, right?
Yeah, no, I'd hope not, but you never know.
I don't know. It's nuts.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's good topic, good discussion. I think let's hop into the spicy topics for next week. Of course, everybody appreciate the support, all the comments, all the spicy comments down below. Keep them coming. The sooner you get them down there, the sooner people see them when they watch the videos. Oh, apparently doesn't know this. So you guys, I'm just going to keep wrecking them every week. I think I'm beating them 2-1, and I think we tied once or something like that. I think that's the score. So it'll soon be 3-1, 4-1. So we'll keep it rolling.
Is that your spicy topic?
No, my spicy topic is Scarlet and Violet TV show, whatever it's going to be called. It's probably whatever that's going to be called. Scarlet and Violet Pokemon show will be terrible if Pikachu is not the fourth starter in the show. It'll burn and die. You're up. Better.
Oh, I want to respond to that so bad. I'm going to bring it a bit more close to home. I'm going to say that Nick Old School Pokemon section is going to beat Dan's Eclecticon. If you know, you know.
Damn. Bringing the heat. Yeah, that's
I'm going to get some thumbs down for that. I think I'm going to be in the negative.
Yeah, so next week when we record, it'll be Monday, assuming we record again Monday night, then we'll obviously have the results. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes.
Pokemon Day.
Yeah, that's Pokemon Day. Okay. Then did you hear the first ever collectible card game live stream on eBay will be happening on Pokemon Day? You saw that?
Yeah, it looked pretty cool. It was Football Pete, right? I remember buying a couple little bits from him a while ago, like quite a while ago. I bought some stuff from him. He was selling cheap. And I remember flicking through his listings, and Jesus, I mean, that guy had like, I couldn't end it. Like it was just scrolling and scrolling. Like I don't think I ever got to the end of his listings.
Yep.
That's gonna be exciting though.
Hell yeah. No, it's going to be awesome. So, Collecticon 2023. You went to Orlando Collecticon. I think that was the only other Collecticon you've been to, right?
Yeah, I went to that one, and I went to one in Tampa. I made a trip there. Yeah, TCG Con, which I thought was I didn't realize it was like Collecticon and they moved around. I thought that was like a Tampa thing. The way they marketed it, it was like, this is a Tampa Con thing.
Oh, wow.
But it isn't. It's all over the US. They move all over like Collecticon. So, yeah, it was pretty cool. There was a lot of things different to Collecticon. The biggest things I would say is there was literally hundreds of rows of tables for people to play games, and they're doing like revolving. I don't know the game terms, but they were doing like Pokemon, and then it was like Yu-Gi-Oh! And then Magic, and like they were doing like all the like revolving around each one, like in a cycle. Yeah. And I guess each round it was like whittling it down to like the people that made it through the last round or whatever. And so that was cool because there was like people playing the game. Yeah. And you could walk around them and see, and you could see vendors selling the stuff that they were playing with, you know, the actual card games. And it felt a little less like salesy and like entertaining than like Collecticon. It was a little bit more like about people selling and talking, and there was a lot of binders and like local people and stuff like that. It felt a little more like relaxed, a little more like personable, and I didn't want to leave. Like I enjoyed it. I had a really good experience. I forget what I did. I think I spent like, I don't know, a couple $100, $200-300 on a few things. And then there's a casino around the corner. So I went to the casino after and I won like 600. I was like, well, I'm net positive for the day. But it was fun. I'm at TCG Con that I'm talking about. I'm at Weedle's Warehouse there. Tennis Wolf, I met him there. They're both local. I met a couple of people. It was pretty cool. I met some kids that I gave some stuff to that I bought to like give us like handouts and just fun stuff. It was enjoyable. Collecticon though was wild. I mean, you've been.
Yeah, how would you define what Collecticon is for the people that have maybe never heard of it?
It's kind of like a show. You've been to like a concert, and on the way out of the concert, there's a guy selling T-shirts, right? And like vinyls or stuff, like selling like the merch for the show. This is like a room full of the merch guys with the show supporting the merch guys. It's kind of like the flip opposite. That's probably a little bit of a weird analogy, but like it kind of feels like that. It's like they're doing like the fun bit, but they're like the small part, still important, but like they're like the small part until they blast your ears off because it's so freaking loud. But yeah, they're not like, it's not, you're not there for that. You're there for the merch guys, you know, for the cards and the t-shirts and the slabs and, you know, and the experience. So if you're looking to like buy or sell or trade or whatever, like that, there's literally everything, like everything I could want to look at or buy or see. I mean, there's everything from like, you know, base and fossil and jungle boxes to brand new ETBs to fancy slabs. You know, we're just talking Palette and Crystal next to Nick. They had some really fancy slabs there. Nick had some really fancy slabs. Dan joined right as I was leaving that day. I'm sure he bought some nice stuff. Like there's a lot of people had a lot of really nice stuff there. It's like, it's fun to see that stuff in real person, you know, see it like in the case, and that experience alone, even if you're not buying it, like it is enjoyable. And being around people that like what you do, because I know if a lot of you are probably like me and like don't hang out with people that like collect Pokemon slabs. Like there's not many people in town that collect Pokemon slabs, like not that I'm aware of. And most people I tell them about, they're like, oh, it's cool. So it's cool just being around those people. And now I, you know, spent this past year talking with, you know, even further people like yourself and, you know, all the other guys going, actually kind of know you, like kind of know you and be able to spend some time with you. So it's what you make of it, I guess, you know, in my opinion. But I'm really excited. I think it's going to be a really positive experience. I can't think of any negatives. The only negative I did have was I couldn't get in the car park. So I had to park like 2 blocks away, like around the corner, and then walk down. Like it's a bit of a weird little area where it is. So get there early if you go in.
I wonder if I get a free parking spot at the hotel that you could use.
They had literal cones. It was like literally closed with a policeman said there. So I don't, maybe they'd let you around or something if you flashed your badge. I don't know, but that was like not right at the second it opened. I was there maybe, I don't know, at least half an hour late. I think I was half an hour late or something. And as a vendor, you're probably going to be even way earlier, right? So, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it was good. I moved into a little area and I chatted with Chief Keen. I met up with him there. He's another person that you know is in a lot of the live stream stuff, really active in the community. He was there, so I said, hey, like let's meet up, like because I knew he wasn't vending, and he brought his wife. He was absolutely delightful. She was so lovely, and we got a couple of ETBs cheap, and we went into there's some little private rooms you can go in, or big private rooms, just random areas. We went and sat down, grabbed a table. I showed him a bunch of my cards, and I gave some to her that she collected some of the cards that I had, and we cracked some packs and stuff, and it was just fun, and just being around doing that stuff with other people, you know, that like it, and we sat and chatted, and you know, I talked about England and how crazy my trip over here has been the past 10 years and stuff, and yeah, it was a good experience. So I'm not really sure what's going to happen this week. I mean, I know I just talked for a long time there, but like, what was your experience? What are you expecting it to go like and be like this week too?
So Vanilla Ice is out. That's good. That's good.
He is?
Yeah, he's not going. He's not on the list. Nope. So the main show is
I didn't know that.
The East Side Boys, which they did the song with Lil Jon. I forget what it's called, but I can hear it playing on Need for Speed Underground's soundtrack.
Oh, I know it. If it was on Need for Speed.
Yeah, they're going to play that and a few other songs, so I'm sure it's going to be even louder than Vanilla Ice, even though I hope they fixed it and adjusted it. But we'll see. But like you said, it's not a majority of the entire show. It is 30 minutes probably of extreme loudness, which which is painful for sure because you're shouting at the people across from
It's
the
rough.
table that's
Yeah.
2 feet deep. But just like you said, getting to see all these other collectors, all these super nerds that we are, being able to have this commonality of what we're doing, and we have the same type of foresight of what we're wanting to do, and it's really cool to have like the relation to that. Like I have people come over my house now, they want to see my office that I'm sitting in, they're like, wow, that's some really cool stuff. I have no clue what I'm looking at, but it's pretty cool. But being able to kind of have somebody look at your stuff, be like, wow, that's a cool like graded card. That's such a cool set from 1998. Like knowing already what the hell it is pretty cool. And I love explaining things to people, but it's cool to be able to look at other people's stuff and look at through binders. Like that's why I'm almost every other Collecticon, I'm either vending or I'm walking around. I'm not vending every single one because I thoroughly enjoy going to find deals and talk with people and meet people. It's really fun. And being tied behind the table is nice. People know where they can find me now, which is good. I'm tied down to one spot, but thoroughly enjoy just walking around, seeing all these different booths, all these different stuff is really cool. And I highly recommend. There's a website, collecticonusa.com or something, but there's like 7 of them in a year. Nothing in the Northeast or Midwest. It's pretty much all Southeast, South, or West. So hopefully that changes soon. But yeah, I'm looking forward to having the little change up in music, being the East Side Boys. So that'd be cool. I wish I had like a sealed Need for Speed Underground 2. I believe it was I think it was number 2. They had their song on. Have them sign it. That'd be pretty hilarious. But
yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. Is there somebody besides me who you're looking forward to meeting? Who's on the top of the mountain? Because I know it'd be me.
Well, I mean, honestly, like, yeah, I am. I'm absolutely like bowled over by the fact I'm able to meet you. For the other part of like, I know I'm sick now. I'm hoping it's gone by this weekend. But the last time you were in town and I had the potential to meet you, I was sick then, right?
Yeah, you were. Yeah.
And I think, and also, not even kidding, I'm pretty sure when Mertz came into town, I was sick. Something else happened then, and I didn't get to meet him. And I remember just being like devastated. I was like, God, I feel like such an asshole. But like, excuse my French, but this is my opportunity. Like, I've really got to clear this sickness up and shake it in time. Because yeah, I am really excited to meet you. But also, I felt a little bad because I waited for like quite a while for Dan to get there. He should feel bad. Actually, you should feel bad, Dan. I waited hours for him to get there at the last Collecticon, and he was arriving late, and he arrived later than I thought he was gonna. So I missed him. So I am actually excited to meet him, just because like I was at the cusp of meeting him last time, and I was excited about it, and I didn't. So that's going to be fun. And then, I mean, there's loads of people. I mean, there's DNA and Retro going, like they're superstars.
Yeah, you haven't met a lot of them yet.
Yeah. I haven't met nearly anyone really, in comparison to how many of people are going. And I think you mentioned like, Brad's going and Miss Walrus. There's quite a few people going. It seems like, I think Thrift is going. Ernesto
going.
Who?
Pokey Chloe's going.
You shut up, is she really?
Yeah.
Pokey Chloe's going.
Yeah, she is. You excited now?
I can't tell if she's messing with me or not.
I swear to God, I follow her on Instagram. She said she's going.
I thought I was going to be the token.
I guess you're not going to be selling slabs anymore. You're going up there to get autographs all the time.
Yeah, it's so funny because like I remember following her like pretty early on. I know everybody always says that, but like I legit was following her pretty early on because she was English. Like I tried to like follow English creators, and she started bringing in like crazy boxes, and I was like, who the F is this? Like, what is going on? She was bringing in like some pretty heavy stuff like pretty early on, and I was like,
yeah,
this is crazy. Like it's just bananas. And then she just blew, like as soon as she started doing that, she just blew up. I mean, it was crazy. So that's exciting that she's going to be there. I think there's a lot of people there last time that I didn't realize were going to be there. There was some familiar faces, and I was like, "Oh my god, I didn't even realize that." Like Dr. Applesauce was there, and I was like, "Hi!" Like he was there, and who was the other person? There was someone else. Did I tell you about the signature thing? About paying for signatures? Did I tell you that story?
No.
Oh my god. I was so naive. So I told you, right? It was my first ever like CollectorCon, my first ever anything really, like in person event thing for it. So I waited in line for the guy that did the voice for Brock. I forget his name now. I forgot. But I thought this guy is so. He was stood there and he just looked so cool. I was like, Brock, like literally Brock is stood in front of me. Like I gotta get signature. So waiting in line when I come up to the front. I was like, "Hi, can I get a signature?" And he was like, "Yeah." This lady, he like did talk to me. This lady was like his secretary or whatever. Was like, "Here, like you choose." And she gave me like a price menu, and I was like, "Oh shit, you gotta pay!" I didn't know you had to pay. I was such an idiot. I was like, $80. There was like one of the things like $80, and I was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna do a loop. I'm gonna decide who else I'm gonna get signatures from, and I'll come back." And he was like, "Okay, see ya." I was like, "Oh my god, I had no idea you had to pay for." I just thought that was like a thing. I thought they just showed up and like signed stuff for you because it's CollectorCon. I mean, I don't know why I didn't think. I guess, yeah. It didn't even cross my mind that they'd be charging to sign a piece of paper or like a card or a picture or something. But good on them. I was like so caught off guard because I was like thinking, "Oh yeah, okay, I'll get signature. That's cool."
Yeah,
Idiot.
That's hilarious.
I can laugh about it now though. It was funny.
Yes, you're gonna be busy meeting a whole bunch of new people. That'd be cool, man. I'm looking.
Well, there's a few Florida people you're gonna meet too, right?
Yeah, I have. I'm looking forward to meeting the gentleman in my booth, Crystal Pokemon, Pallet Town Pokemon, who I had on my podcast, the interview podcast.
So smooth. Those guys are so smooth. I mean, they just look. You just look at them; they just look cool. Just like cool dudes. Seriously, they're like. I remember meeting them. I was like, I want to be your friend. Like you guys, like look cool. They're just cool guys. I don't know how to describe it. I don't know.
I noticed you didn't say that about Dan, but
I didn't meet him.
Oh, it's true. That's true. Yeah.
Maybe I will.
Yeah, that's funny. But yeah,
was that a dig at that?
Any chance I get. I don't skip a beat on it. And
Nick was really friendly. He was really cool. Actually, I was really. I think he could tell I was nervous. I was like so excited to meet Nick. I think you could tell like I was a bit nervous. It was funny.
Yeah, I'll mention it now instead of at the end. But basically, there's a competition between Section 70 and Section 71. Please stop by. You can stop by either one to give us support. So basically, Old School Pokemon, I got a whole section. Catch 'em All Collectibles got their own section. I have a table with Old School Pokemon, Pallet Town, Crystal Pokemon, Brad G cards, formerly known as Zard Hunter. Come check it out. Come say hi. Come say hello. It's going to be an awesome time. But pretty much what it sums down to, the section that sells the most dollar-wise at the end of Saturday has to buy the other section beer, essentially. So Nick or Dan are the one who signed up for this. So one of those is buying $100 worth of beer. And if Nick loses, I'll give him $10 because I'll feel bad if I didn't pull my weight for sure. So I'll chip in. But it'll be pretty cool, friendly little wager.
Yeah, that's fun. I think that just sums it up, right? There's even like competing vendors. Like you wouldn't have 7-Eleven and like I don't know Dollar General going up against each other in friendly wagers about sales and stuff. Like it just doesn't happen. So it just shows you like this is a hobby. Like it really is a community and a hobby like that. Not to sound soppy about a bet, but like it is like kind of cool that like guys can joke and kind of have that relationship about stuff because it's going to be fun. There's going to be a lot of people involved in it. There's going to be a lot of people try to get sales, and I'm sure we're going to be tallying up numbers through the day and throwing numbers at each section. across the way. So that'll be fun. Yeah.
I got a couple stink bombs I'm going to bring and plant them in the middle of the no, they're just going to get actually wrecked. So
that's funny.
That'll be good. No competition. For sure. I wanted to mention real quick on your video, you had got a cookie from PSA. So you were like Cloud9. That's probably one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Did you eat it yet?
I spoke to them today.
Oh yeah.
I was going to do a video on it, like a second video, but I feel like a bit of a cheese ball. So this is my slab. PSA set registry sent me literally a cookie. I mean, it's like a fancy cookie, like a custom made one. I spoke with Greg today. He messaged me and like thanked me for my video, like showing it, just kind of reaching out, asking how family was, that kind of stuff. We were tugging. And he said they only chose 2 people to send the cookies to. It was me and Gem Mint. And I was like, are you freaking kidding me? 2 people got that slab, like a cookie slab, and I was one of them. Like little old me with like 200 subscribers on YouTube, literally a nobody, and he chose me and Gem Mint, like the most like so far apart, like completely different levels and worlds.
Was it Rusty or Gem Mint?
Gem Mint.
Was it? Okay. I don't know why I thought I saw Rusty open one, but
yeah,
that's awesome.
I don't know. I mean, maybe he got one for like non-TCG. Maybe they sent him one for like Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't know. I know he used to collect Yu-Gi-Oh back in the day. I'm still a little bit like imposter syndrome. I was just saying, like, it's a weird feeling thinking that they like thought of me, that like Greg, like the set registry team were like, who are the 2 people we should send a fancy cookie to? Gem Mint, definitely. Definitely. And then someone's like, oh, Professor Oak. Who? Who's that guy? What you mean Rusty? Like you say, like you mean Rusty? You mean like some of these other guys? No, let's send it to this like nobody that just like has fun with it. I don't know. It's bizarre to me, but yeah, regardless, you can tell it made me that one stupid cookie, one little cookie made me a very happy guy. Like it's definitely had an effect on me. It's very uplifting to think of them overnighting me something like that just for the sheer love of me being in registry. I don't know.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I like the irony of you being on Cloud9, getting your cookie. Meanwhile, last week, I'm just getting absolutely fisted by PSA. Completely, just absolutely wrecked by them during my 500 card submission return that just came to a close today. That was fun. I thoroughly enjoyed that. No lube either. Just took it straight.
It's 2 different teams though. So you're talking about grading. I'm talking about the registry where you log it. So I guess we can kind of get away with it that way. But yeah, you had a few rough ones, like quite a few rough ones in there. I gotta admit, even I was a little like, oof, yeah, that's hard to swallow.
Where's my goddamn cookie? This is bull crap, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if they're gonna do something like that again. You don't use the registry really, right? Have you got anything in there?
CGC, yeah.
I know you said you were using the new CGC one. I remember you doing the video about it. It seems really simple and clean, the CGC one. It seems like pretty like modern.
Yeah, it's nice. I'm really looking forward to the video game registry when that comes out, because the pictures, and I know PSA is doing the pictures now too, but I know WADA, comparing the video game pop report, oh my god, the WADA one is so bad. It's almost worse than BGS. It's easy to find things, but it does not look clean. It is like the oldest version of a pop report you'd ever want to see. But yeah, CGC does a good job.
CGC have they have the little code thing on the back too, right? So you can just log it straight in there. They probably have that on the games too, don't they? You got some games there.
Yep.
Yeah, so that'd be nice. You just scan it and just see the pop, and it'd be nice and clean and clear. Add it to your collection, whatever. That'd be fun. Yeah, I don't know. Should I eat the cookie or what? Like, should I send it to you? It's like I feel like you need some love in
I
your
don't need more
life for
sugar in my life.
sake.
I'm done with sugar. I'm done with, you can eat it.
Yeah.
I just had some sugar-free ice cream today, and god damn, it was terrible. It was like chalky and falling apart. It was
I'm
pretty
proud
rough.
of you. Guys, if you're not aware, Greenie has been eating very healthily, drinking lots of water,
Trying.
and has only been doing cocaine twice a week. He's really cut down on all his fun stuff. So
Yeah, that's why I'm looking forward to meeting you, man. I need to get more.
it's the weekend, baby.
Oh,
Who knew kids cards could come to that? Wow.
yeah. We've gone off the rails here. But so this is gonna be your first time selling in person or no?
I mean, kind of selling. Like I feel like I kind of pushed myself into your table a little bit when you were like, yeah, you can put some stuff on my table. I was like, okay, I'll sort out all my stuff.
And my couch.
Yeah, I did kind of put myself on your couch, right? So, yeah, I guess I'm. Maybe I should be in sales. Maybe you should hire me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've sold a lot of stuff like in person through auctions. I sold some stuff at TCG Con, that kind of stuff. But like if I sit with you for a little bit and like throw that box to the side and maybe a couple of people pile on, like, yeah, I'm not gonna know what the hell to do. So you're gonna need to hold my hand for a little bit there. There's a couple other people. Pokey Stone said I could put some on his table. Like, I don't know if maybe he doesn't have a full table or he's thinking like my stuff is a bit different to what he has. Bring like a couple of people over there that might be looking into that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I guess it's a good idea. It's like smart, like what he was saying with that stuff. So I don't know. Maybe there's a few people that have offered. Everyone's been really kind about it, but it seems like it's a fun experience. I mean, you're doing it again, and you've done it, so it can't be too bad, right? The experience can't be that bad. I know there's people that have gone on Whatnot and like don't want to ever go back again. So it's obviously not anything like that. So what's your experience with the selling? Would you recommend it for people? Like, is it something that you think is fruitful? And I know Nick's talked about like not really fruitful money wise, but long term play it makes sense because of the connections and the fun.
Yeah, there's a lot of networking. Obviously, it goes into it. You could, of course, buy things and make money by buying things, but you could also do that selling. So this will be my third one I've vended, third CollectCon I've vended. So I think I've been a viewer 3 times and I've vended about 3 times now. So vending is definitely fun. Sitting in the one spot, literally you're tied to your table. Usually I have somebody else there, whether it's old school Pokemon or I had my friend at a couple of them. So I could walk away from the table to go to the bathroom or something like that. That you need somebody. You need a friend, and that is huge. Like if you ever want to do it, you definitely need somebody there. Or you need to be really buddy with your neighbor and trust them with your life. Essentially,
I mean, it's real money on the literally money on the table.
Yeah, you're risking it all if you don't really know the guy. So you definitely 100% need to have that person there. But selling in person it's so awesome. It's being able to talk to people. They're going to come up like that's why I want to bring some of my collection pieces just to be able to talk about some of the stuff. They'll ask questions like, "Oh man, what is that? I've never seen that before. Wow, that's so cool." That is even more fun of the stuff, like just talking to people about the collection pieces. And then, oh yeah, you got this card, I'll buy that. Like whatever. Like, what are your payment options? I heard the internet service is not great there. I've had great service at every location before there, so that could suck. Massive ding dong. But really
it was bad. I mean, bad. Like I was trying to text my wife and it wouldn't even go through.
You got Verizon, or what do you got?
I don't know. Let me see.
You know what phone provider you got?
T-Mobile.
Oh, that's your problem. No, sure.
No, I don't know. It was bad. It was literally like the biggest convention center ever. Like it's ridiculous, but it's like a prison. Like it's like it's almost as though it's surrounded just by other buildings and rooms and thick walls and stuff. Like you feel like you're really in the heart of something huge, and you kind of are. So that might just be it. It might just be the physical part. Maybe going closer. There's no windows or doors or anything because like you're in the middle. But maybe it's a different room this time. Or maybe there's a window you go stand near there. Or I don't know. Maybe they'll have Wi-Fi. Like I had a bad experience with the internet. So Nick might be a good one to ask. I'll be curious if he leaves a comment in here on his experience with it because he was there vending, and I don't think he's mentioned anything about bad internet. So I don't know.
Yeah, so this time I'll definitely be bringing more cash as change than I have at any other one, just based on the feedback there. So keep that in mind for sure, because you want to be able to take payment. If somebody comes to you with a $100 bill and they're buying a $20 card, you want to be able to give them change. Otherwise, you're going to lose the sale. So, but being able to negotiate with people and have those discussions in person is really cool. I don't think I could ever do more than one table because usually, like even one table, I can get 2, maybe 3 people in front of my one table. And if it's just me talking to these people, ping ponging off different people at the same time, like as soon as you get to more tables, you almost need more people unless you just got a bunch of bags and there's nobody stopping your table. But usually when somebody's coming to your table, you want to at least interact with them in one aspect. Hey, how's it going? I hope you're having a good day.
Of course. Yep.
And so you're missing out opportunity if you got a full section and you don't talk to all the different people coming by. It's got some people get annoyed by it, like art van salesmen or people that are selling furniture. So like when you walk into those stores, they just immediately gravitate to you. They're like, then they got to follow you around the entire store until you leave. They're like dedicated. So I'm not like that. I'll just like, hey, how's it going? Hope you're having a good time. Let me know if you have any questions.
Yeah.
To everybody. So
do you get many questions?
Yeah, quite a bit. Yeah, quite a bit. Everything's priced 100%. Everything's got a price on it, so they have that. They can check their comps if they have internet. But yeah, usually there's
might be a good thing in Tampa, in Orlando.
Yeah, it could be in some aspects. But then you got people that walk, like every time there's people that walk up with you with a fat stack of slabs. Hey, you taking trades? Puts it down. You're like, oh crap, let me see if. Then you got to go it off the brain because you don't know the comps. Like that's where you could get screwed not having the internet and stuff like that. So, but yeah, it's cool. I thoroughly enjoy doing it in person. I keep saying I want to do local shows. They have them every weekend all around me, sports card shows, and there's very little Pokemon, but it's definitely growing, and I would love to do it more locally here, but it seems every effing weekend I have something going on. So I just need to book it a couple months in advance.
It's not like you can just go for an hour or so either. Just like it's not like just a little thing where you could just go and do it. You really need a full day or a full weekend doing that kind of stuff. Which, if you have the inventory and you really want to push and, like you say, get a full table and like really push for it, probably could do well at one of them. But that's an investment for sure. So it sounds like you're making a little bit of a vacation of it here, right? A bit of a getaway weekend kind of thing in terms of like the whole weekend is going to be here and involved. So that's cool because you're going to get the full experience of selling both days and that kind of stuff. So I'm excited for you.
Yeah, no, it'll be good. This will be my first time. I had mentioned to you, I think right before that I have a new setup. I'm renting a couple of their table displays instead of shipping my own and my luggage. I could double the capacity, so I could double the amount of slabs essentially I have on the table, which will be freaking amazing because I'm able to do really good sales with the 64 that I was limited to before. So now being able to double that could be insane. So I'm really looking forward to doing that.
So you took 64 slabs total. That was all you took?
That's all I could show in my table. So when I'd sell, I'd swap one out. Sell, swap one out. It was always full with slabs. But yeah, no, it's going to be crazy amount of slabs compared to what I was used to. I don't want it to be too cloggy. Like you could have too many and people just get like overwhelmed. They can't see. Like it was kind of nice the way I had it, but I'll have some version of it with more than last time. So it'll be good.
I saw quite a lot of different cases when I was there. I don't know if it was Collecticon renting them out or some people bringing their own. Some people like made some like there was all different ones. Some people just had flat like screens in front where you couldn't even like lean over or anything.
Yeah.
Some people had them where it was propped up, some were flat. It was like every vendor was just YOLO. Like it was just, they're all just doing whatever they wanted that day kind of thing. I think that was part of why like Nick and Crystal and Pilot Town, like I think theirs looked so nice and easy to look around because they just had nice cases where you could literally just look over and see singles and see slabs. Like it was, the layout was very clean and simple, and like everything was right there, easy to see and accessible. And he was getting things out and showing people. And so it sounds like renting those cases for me on the buyer and like not vending last year, like that sounds like a dream. It sounds brilliant having those cases with all these slabs there. I think it'll be a good experience for the people wanting to buy. Yeah, I think it'll be just generally good for you too. You probably feel secure that they're like kind of secure.
Yeah, no, for sure. The ones I had were pretty nice. I made them out of plexiglass. Basically made them just to fit my luggage that goes in the bottom of the plane.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to ship glass. I didn't want to have to get something shipped there. So I was able to fit it in under my clothes and put it all in one box or one bag. It was really nice. So, but yeah, it's way more protection, I feel like, with these different setups. So it'll be,
yeah. And I mean, you're going to go sell a slab or two really to make up for the price of the case, and you'll probably sell more than a slab or two because of the cases. You'll probably make it back because of it anyway. So worthwhile investment, I think.
Yeah, Collecticon's doing well. They're doing well, renting all those things out for sure.
Yeah, I mean the tickets aren't cheap too. Like they're making money in every angle, like just every angle for sure.
Yep,
it's smart. Who did you think was like a really good vendor that you were impressed with, like in terms of like their slabs or what they were selling or doing? Like, was there anyone that like stood out to you when you walked around?
Yeah, Pokemon Network does a really good job. He has a bunch of really high-end stuff, sealed booster boxes. Just really cool to see them in person. I bought one of my Black Label Zapdos off him from Denver, and he's just got always crazy-looking stuff, really high-end stuff. So if you're into that sort of thing, he has that. DFW Pokemon used to do that really good, but their prices seem to have gotten out of hand the last time I went to one, and their booth was lackluster at best. There was a lot of empty spaces. I'm not sure why they had an entire section. But yeah, I think Pokemon Network has a nice setup, very clean. It's nice when they have like the full section. The full section makes it so much more clean looking. Obviously, when you rent out a single table like myself, it's not even something you compare. It's not like a really good setup, but some of these grading companies have pretty nice setups, like Diamond Service Grading. I know they do a pretty dang good booth every time. And some of these other like TCGs. So if you're at Collecticon, there's so many like startup TCGs that are there. You could sit down, play them for free. They're usually the CEO or the developers are there interacting, playing with you, teaching the game. So it's, if you just want to get out and have a good time, you can do that too. So those booths are generally pretty nice as well. A lot of good displays and some uncut sheets to check out. Some really cool stuff. What about you?
I wasn't trying to put you off then. You were talking about new TCGs. I immediately just remembered the MetaZoo booth and just like sheer madness. It was just bananas. Like I can't even put into words. Like it felt like it was just its own thing, just on fire over in the corner. Like they had their own little area and people were just going absolutely crazy.
Did I ever try? Yeah. Oh, sorry. Go. Keep going. I got a message.
Oh, I was going to say, I tried to talk to two people that walked away. I guess they'd given them some free promos or something. I was like, oh, like, did you get some free promos? Like, what did you get? What did they give to you? And both of them just like wouldn't look at me or talk to me. Just like completely ignored me. Like didn't want anything to do with me. So I was like, oh, okay. Like, I don't know what's going on. It's like a weird thing. Like all the Pokemon guys would have probably showed me the Pokemon cards. Like it kind of put a bit of taste in my mouth about the experience. Maybe they were dirty flippers. I don't know.
Yeah, so I don't know if I've said it ever. Maybe I have, maybe once, but the first ever Collecticon was the first ever MetaZoo like booth convention, I believe.
Mhm.
And the booth was dead. There was barely anybody there. Mike Waddell was there, artists were there. They had like two tables, not even a full section. They'd get a single person to walk up every once in a while, then another person, then another person. But before the Collecticon, somebody had sent me a DM on Instagram saying, "Hey, I saw you're going to Collecticon." I had just started doing YouTube or something just before then, and see, he knew I was going, and he's like, "Hey, if you go get this promo for me, I'll give you $100." I'm like, "Damn." He's like, "All right, bet." I got two of my friends going too, so I was like, "I'll get three of them sons of guns." So I get there, get my promo. My two friends get their promos. We look it up on eBay. They're selling for $350 the same day.
Oh
The
my
sealed,
god.
the sealed promos were selling on eBay for $350. So
Yeah,
we
that's
all
probably why they didn't want to show me then. Yeah.
so poor dude. I never reached back out to him.
Thanks for
I
the
didn't know
tip.
who he was. He was some random guy that reached out to me, but we flipped all three of our packs the same day we got them. My friends may have gotten a couple more themselves, but we paid for way more than just that trip, just with MetaZoo promos.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. It was cool. But it from after the first one, the lines were absurd because everybody knew that was
Yeah.
happening, but the prices quickly dropped off. Like they weren't nothing like they were.
I've seen a
It,
couple of cool ones. They have done some cool promos.
yeah.
They're definitely interesting and unique. Intrigued to see like what else they do. I know they're talking about like maybe like shows or video games or I don't know whatever else they're gonna do. Like
Yeah.
it's definitely intriguing. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I think they need to get the kiddies involved, to get the kids involved with some diversion like Pokemon, some TV show or something. They need something. Like Yu-Gi-Oh had it, Pokemon has it. I feel like it'll help get that generational involvement and get this thing moving faster than it's moving. It's moving, but it'd get it faster. So that'd be cool for sure. You got any goals or anything you're looking for, want to do besides meeting just people at the Collecticon?
Mm, no, that's what I want to do. That's literally what I'm excited for. Like, I
Enjoy the
just
peace
want,
and quiet away from the 1.5-month-old,
yeah. I mean,
2-month-old.
yeah, I just want to see everyone, just get away and like just talk about cards, look at stuff, and just experience the whole thing. It's just real simple for me. Yeah, nothing crazy. I mean, I've sorted out a lot of stuff. I'd like to sell some stuff. I've sorted out quite a few cards. It'd be cool, but like, I'll drive for a couple of hours, and if I don't sell anything, I don't sell anything. I mean, it's just like whatever for me. It's just I'm just excited about meeting you and everyone else, and just the fun of it, and whatever we do Saturday night. Whether that's a drink in the hotel bar or go to that club that Dan was saying that you want to just go to, the one with the girls that do the dances and stuff. Like, I don't know if we're all gonna do that, but we'll see. It's a bad influence, that Dan.
Yeah,
What?
his wife's coming too. Yeah, that'd be great.
Oh, that's turned kinky real quick. What about you? What's your goals?
Uh, Making money. That's why I'm vending. So if I was going and not vending, obviously that wouldn't be my main goal. But this time going there, not going to urgent care after day one would be great, like I did
I
in
really
Long
hope
Beach.
not.
That was pretty rough, but hopefully that doesn't happen again. Knock on wood. But yeah, basically just trying to make some money, meeting a few people that I haven't met, and having a good time, getting to network with a bunch of people would be good, and looking forward to it for sure.
Did you answer that question? Who you were most looking forward to? I forget if you answered that.
Selling.
No, when we were talking about who are you most looking forward to meeting that you hadn't met
Yeah, I
yet.
said Pallet Town. The guy I interviewed, him and Crystal, who I'm vending. I've never met him.
That was right. The cool dudes.
Yeah, yeah, they're cool dudes. Yeah. So I've met a bunch of the other people. Mr. Walrus, look forward to meeting him. But a lot of the other people I've met, Brad G. Cards, and pretty much everybody else at Dan's booth, I feel like. But I feel like there's always more people I meet that.
Where did you meet Brad? Eclecticon.
Yeah. Long Beach?
Was he selling?
No. Don't think so.
So this might be his first time selling.
Might be.
That's exciting.
Yeah. Hell yeah. No, it'll be awesome.
I'll tap in for him to let him get some lunch and toilet breaks and stuff. I'm going to try and do that. The few people in a section, I'll try and help you all that. Like this, like you were saying, having someone there, someone else needs me, when you're not too busy needing me, then I could jump over and help them for a minute. I think that'll be pretty helpful. So let me know, guys, if you need anything.
So why do you want to sell slabs? If you're going, the money is in the goal, why tie yourself down to a booth with putting slabs for sale instead of walking around just meeting all these people you haven't met?
I was going to do both. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think that's going to be cool. I can sit there with you and we can have a drink, drink some Diet Coke and get through the day, talk slabs, talk with some people, get to meet people and stuff. And I don't know, just the experience of it. I'm just excited for all of it. The thing for me is I got a bunch of slabs that are just sitting there that like I could send to Nick or ZNG or whatever, like PWCC, something like that. I could consign them or I could sit here and list them on eBay, but like,
yeah,
I don't know what. I've just got them sitting there. Why not try it? I just waited out. I figured I'd try selling in person and just see how it goes. Priced them pretty fair, honestly. I've priced almost everything below eBay last sold, like 10-20% below. So I'm not trying to over push the prices and stuff. Just kind of trying to make it so they'll just buy it. I don't want to do like weird negotiating. Hey, like if I buy these 7 slabs, will you give me $3 off? Or like some weird stuff that people ask. I saw some real weird conversations when I was there last time. And like you were saying, like people trying to trade stuff and like just like some kids actually. I saw some kids doing it more weird. Yeah, like some more weird kid trade type stuff than some of the adults. Obviously, they don't care because they're just kids. They're like whatever, like do what I want kind of thing. Whereas I think adults are probably a little bit more shy on that kind of stuff because like we know what stuff's worth, like we know like what it means and stuff. So it's probably a part of that. But yeah, I like the idea of just the experience. I think it's the first time doing it like that. What about you? What's your reasoning? Like instead of just selling it on eBay, I feel like part of it for you is probably the experience too, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's like I said, it's meeting the people, networking, getting to see all the other collectors and talking shop, talking the hobby. Never know. Well, somebody you're talking to at the convention could be a future business partner. You never know. It's crazy. It's great. Like there's so many different people and different jobs, and you never know when we all know each other and stuff like that. It could happen at any moment. Like, hey, I know Josh is in sales, or I know Pokemon DNAs and mortgages and stuff like that. Like you never know.
Yeah, it's good.
Networking's huge. We're all similar age within 10 years. So it's networking is even my current job, just LinkedIn and stuff like that. And networking is huge. We do one show a year for my current job, and it's freaking amazing. It's sad we only do one. There's not a whole lot of stuff in our niche for work, but I wish there was. I wish there was a lot more because those shows are huge. They're awesome. Meeting different people.
I really wish I'd been at Denver.
Yeah,
I was so sad.
Had to have a kid. The FOMO is probably real. You missed out on Swami's for sure.
Bro, I was so sad. Like, I had literal tears in my eyes. I was like showing my wife pictures. I was like, this is what I've been talking about for months and months. And like, they're all there. literally felt like the only person on the planet that wasn't there. Literally, like everyone was there. Oh, it was so hard to stomach. Like everyone was having fun at Swarmers. I was like trying to keep cool in the Discord, like, yo guys, send me a picture. I really want to see what I'm missing on. And I was like chewing on my sleeve, like crying. Yeah, it was rough. It was really, what I really liked was I kept reminding myself just how much fun you guys were probably having. Like that made me feel good because I like being a facilitator, that kind of stuff. So the thought of you guys having fun, even though I wasn't a part of it, like that did bring me joy. Like I was happy about it. I just really wanted to be there. I just, I mean, I like a drink. I like to party. I like Pokemon. I like you guys. Like it was just like everything I like, you know, in one go. It just seems like the ideal scenario. So
It'll happen again. Hopefully, we go into the Midwest and I can have a party at my house. Or
yeah,
there's so many of us that would probably throw another one if it ever got close to us again. So
yeah, that'd be sweet. I think. I mean, I'm kind of close, but not really. Like not close enough to like do anything at my place. I just don't think that's realistic.
yeah,
But it's interesting what you were saying earlier about it keeps playing around in my head is the Northeast thing, because I feel like that's the most populated area of the US, the Northeast, right? Like, isn't that where all like the big cities and all the states are all crammed together, and there's like just generally a lot of stuff and a lot of buzz and a lot of things happening? Like, I feel like there's probably a lot of collectors in the Northeast.
big time. And you look at like Yu-Gi-Oh national tournaments, they're either in like Chicago, Indianapolis, or California. They bounce between like those locations and then maybe Japan or maybe in Germany or something, but it's pretty much in California or the Midwest. California, Midwest. It's there's a lot of collectors, a lot of population, like you said, Chicago, New York, all of it's up here. So crazy. It's crazy. They must like warm weather, I'm guessing. But
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's part of it, I guess. I wonder if it's the price of the location, but the Orlando one can't be cheap. I mean, that's like prime time spot. That convention center is like the convention center in Florida. So that can't be cheap.
Long Beach is got to be right up there. It's like water views almost from walking out.
So it can't be money. Maybe, I don't know what it could be.
No.
Like why they wouldn't do that. This seems dumb.
Yeah. I don't know.
Listen here, Collecticon. I'm not from this country and I don't live in the Northeast, but I'm telling you need to do a Northeast. There we go.
Won't be this year. Maybe next year. We'll see.
Yeah, maybe. They probably already have next year planned out, so maybe 2025, who knows.
Yeah. So what are you bringing exactly? What is like the price range? Kind of talk a little bit about the stuff. You got the box back there behind you. What is like your go-to slab that you want to sell?
Oh gosh. I got a couple of like mid-era Pikachus that are like a few bucks that I want to get rid of. I have a nice Pikachu promo that's a PSA 8. I don't have many that aren't PSA 10s, but I have one that's worth a couple $100. I want to try and shift. And then I got a lot of like $30, $40, $50 type stuff.
Yeah.
Just things that I think people would be willing. That's the stuff I sorted out, knowing that people might just want to buy a couple of slabs. What I've done different, I don't know if anyone's going to take this advice, if it's going to be heeded or not. Something that I noticed, this might be a pro tip or it might just be my dumbass. I don't know. I remember looking at the cases and I felt a little bit like some of the cases I looked at were so random that it was like hard to like concentrate on like what was happening in the case. Like I was like, some of them didn't even have prices on, which I thought was really interesting because I was like, literally, I don't know what I want to look at because I don't know what my price point is from that to that to that. Like some of the cards, like I hadn't even seen before. So like, I didn't know, like, is this a $30 card? Is it 500? Like those, some people, Crystal Pokemon cards for like 40 grand sitting there. I was like, you don't know. So from that experience myself last year, I should have touched on this earlier, but from that part myself last year, I've essentially, I mean, you can see I've got stupid labels. I haven't finished making them yet, but I just put Post-it notes on. But I've made them like, these are $30 slabs. If you want to look at something at that price point, these are $40. Like the almost all PSA 10s. So it should be an easy like view. You're not really looking at the grades. You're just looking at what the card is and the price point. Is this something I want? Is this something I need? Do I like this artwork? Whatever. A lot of Pikachu's, duplicates, things that I just have too many of, don't need, whatever, selling off. Some things that I think are priced too high that I think will probably be a bit cheaper in the future I can buy back. There's a few of those. I've got some Old Maid in there. I've got some, what else have I got? Just some random stuff, just weird things, and a few like fail grades that I need to shift, things that didn't grade as high as I thought they would. So I'm just going to shift those cheap. But pretty random, honestly. Nothing high end. Anything high end, I don't even have at the house. I'm not even considering pulling any of that stuff out. Some of my nicest stuff is locked away, and even that's not really high end compared to most of the guys that go in that kind of stuff. But the cheaper stuff, like, yeah, just going to try it, see what sells, I guess. What about you? Is there like a niche or anything you're trying to target? Any kind of goal on how you're gonna market it?
Yeah, so having the extra space, like that's my fear. It's kind of what you mentioned. It looks too clogged up and it looks too messy, and then people just overlook different things because there's too much going on.
Yeah,
I don't want that to happen. So, but I am bringing some collection items just to have them to show off some of the Black Label Zapdos cards or stuff like that, so people can check them out because you don't see them very often. Would be really cool. I'll be bringing a bunch of my stuff I just got back in my 500 card submission return, a bunch of vending series, some bunch of PSA 10s, some Legend of Blue Eyes, PSA 10s, PSA 9s, some Magic the Gathering cards. I'm all over the map. I got a few World of Warcraft cards, so I got a bunch of stuff. Yu-Gi-Oh cards, like besides just the first ever set. So it's going to be a diverse collectible card game setup with a bunch of high-end, like cool stuff to look at too. So you got to have those attention getters. Like I always say that the Legendary Collection reverses are really good, like attention getters, because they just sparkle and shine when you walk by. People know they're worth money, and they're like, "Oh snap, let's check that out, see what the price is." Yeah. In Black Labels, I have the same effect. They're like, "Oh snap, you can see it across the room. You know kind of what's going on." So it's pretty cool. That's
wish CGC would have done that.
Some really different variant slab.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I get the gold lettering, but I remember when they did it with the Pristine Perfects, and I was like, I just want a little edge. Like even if it's like just a tiny black border around it, or like just something that distinguishes it that isn't, because I can't read it. I don't know if it's my eyes on blind, but like I can't really tell if it's perfect or pristine from
especially on like an eBay scan, you got to click on it and zoom in to see if it's got a 9.5 upgrade to know if it's a perfect or a pristine, if it has some.
Okay, so it's not just me. I literally like can't just tell just by looking at it. So yeah, I get that, especially with the legendary, like you were saying, that those reverses, fireworks popping off everywhere, and then Black Labels, they're so bam in your face for both those things that if you're bringing some of that stuff, I mean, yeah, it's definitely gonna catch some eyes, and then hopefully see some other stuff and be interested.
Yeah, yep, for sure. Are you do you have any goals in selling, or is it kind of just in addition to the whole event?
Yeah, no, it was just a bit of side fun for me, I guess, really. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I'd like to at least make my ticket money. It was like $40, and then my gas, that's probably going to cost me $20, $30. I don't know how much gas it costs in my new car, but we'll see. And then the room at the hotel, I mean, that's going to cost some money, like just some of that stuff. So I don't know, $200-$300 or something. Like, seems easy. I could probably do that with a couple of slabs. So anything after that is like good, because these are all my cards, all stuff that I love, stuff that I have to sell. I'm not positive at the moment, so I'm not too worried about selling it. I would imagine some of this cheaper stuff will sell like for cash. I don't know how much. And I mean, like people were saying last time and possibly this time, maybe a Whatnot person would come through and make me a decent offer. I don't know if I'm needing to sell those. So I don't know if I'd go down to 60% because I already have them at like 80-ish%, almost 80 to 90% of last sold anyway. So I feel like it's pretty fair. I just don't know if they'd want that tiny markup or not. Not that they sell at market, but you know what I mean? Like they probably want it as cheap as chips. So
yeah.
If you got a goal, are you setting like $1 goal for yourself?
Beat the other section. That's my goal.
Mm-hmm.
If I need to sell my black labels for dog dirt cheap to beat that section for that $100 bet, I'm gonna do it. No.
Are you taking payment on like different methods too?
Yeah, so I have let me see if I got it here. Let me see if I got it.
Because I think I'm gonna have to make a cash only sign. I'm not set up for any of the other fancy stuff.
I have this sheet I usually bring. It's got all my different methods of payment, and I can just set it down on my table, and they can type it in and go from there. So, but yeah, it's instead of having to communicate it, like when the music's loud, it's nice being able just to put the sheet down so they can just type it in. Otherwise, it'll just be cash. So, but yeah, cash, PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Zelle, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Take it all.
Do you get fees on the other stuff? Are you more likely to sell cash at a different price? I guess is what I'm asking.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, cash will be the best price all day long. So,
because I'm priced for cash, I'm not priced for PayPal or I don't have any of that other stuff to like sell with. So if they don't have cash, I mean, I don't know what I'm gonna do. See you later, I guess. Like,
yeah, you'll have to ask somebody else to take it, take the payment, and then reimburse it, work that out. That's happened before for other people.
Yeah.
Like some people won't have Zelle. I'll have Zelle, and I'll have to do something for it. So, work it out. That's what the benefit of having some friends there. So,
yeah.
But I would definitely bring change. If you're planning on just cash sales, definitely have as much change as you can.
Yeah, I'll bring at least $20. I'll bring some quarters.
Just $20.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. You're in rough shape.
Yeah, well, are they two sides? Cash only, exact change only.
No change returned.
Must provide ID at time of sale. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I ain't putting your shit on my table now. No.
Yeah, I mean, seriously though, I probably need to iron that out. I need to figure that out because if someone does kick off and they don't have cash and they really need that old maid card, then yeah, I'll have to figure out a different way to do it.
Yeah. Yep. At the Collecticon last time you went to, thinking about this time, is there something outside of like the TCGs that you're looking forward to going to check out? I know there's a lot of fan arts and stuff like that, like there's tons of different anime related art things, paintings and comic book grading and other stuff like that. Is there anything you're looking forward to seeing?
I think what I thought was interesting was it was interesting. I was looking around, there's different artworks and those people like doing t-shirts and blankets and like, different stuff. And there was some anime stuff. I was like, yeah, I don't know what any of that stuff is. I've seen that before. I know that's that, but like a lot of it, like I didn't know what was happening, some of the more niche stuff. And then there was a lot of cards. There was some sports cards guys there that had pretty beefy tables. They had some pretty big setups. I thought that was pretty cool seeing some nicer sports cards that I don't get a lot of interaction with because it does interest me. It is a big part of the hobby. I'm not dived into it enough. I'm a mod for a sports card channel. Dakota. I don't know if any of you guys ever watch him. Sports Cards Anonymous. He's like the one sports card guy that like is actually pretty interesting. Like I actually really enjoy watching him. He's fun and entertaining. and pretty like candid. He's definitely candid with how he talks, so that's fun. But some of them are like a little serious, I think, compared to us in Pokemon in the TCG space. Like some of the sports card guys feel a little more like grown up and professional. I don't know how to describe it, I guess, but I'm just in it for the fun. I'm just in it for shits and giggles, honestly. So I enjoy it. Enjoy tugging, the podcast and doing my mailway videos and doing the live stream stuff. It's all just fun for me. So going around the Collecticon and experiencing all the different types of booths was really interesting to like look at. I don't know if there's anything I was like specifically geared for or aiming for. I was really excited to get a signature, like to get Brock's signature. Like obviously, you know that story now, but there was a couple of things like that I was excited for. Obviously, that didn't pan out, but yeah, nothing really. I was actually hoping to stop by the Metazoo booth and like talk to them and see what was going on. I didn't realize they're giving out free stuff or whatever, but it was nuts. There was like 100 people in the line, so
Yeah.
I just kind of walked by. I did see Dr. Applesauce, and he was doing a like Q&A with some anime voiceovers. One of them was it was the girl that did like Nurse Joy or something. It was like one of the girls from Pokemon, and she's done a bunch of other stuff. So that was interesting. Like actually like having like Q&A like with real people. That was fun. So I stood there for a little bit watching that. And then there was Island Grown is his name. I used to watch him on YouTube a while back. He's pretty like fun and wild. He's got a lot of energy, and he was doing Whatnot openings like with some sports cars guys and that. There was a lot of energy and a lot of craziness going on there, so that was fun. But yeah, I want to see you guys. Honestly, I'm just excited to like just spend some time with everyone that I didn't see at Denver and some other people that I've met since too. What about you? Is there anything? Is there any like booths or anything you're specifically like wanted to jump at?
Yeah, I want to check out. I always like checking out people that have graded video games. Checking out those seem to always be priced well above last sold, which is really weird. Yeah. It's not normal. I'm not a fan of it. But that and comic books, I love checking out graded comic books while I'm there. I'm still waiting to own my first freaking graded comic book. Wait for the right one. I've been eyeing some Silver Age Batman comics. Haven't pulled the trigger. Huge Batman fan, but I would love like the first appearance of Joker, Silver Age. It's like $4,000 in a beat version. It's very expensive. Haven't bought it for that reason. But it's sick. I love looking at even the VHSs because I don't see them graded that often, but I see them there. So seeing some of those really old movies is really cool, even though I'll probably never buy them graded. Yeah, it's cool seeing all the different things other than what I'm kind of in, the Yu-Gi-Oh, the Pokemon, stuff like that. Seeing other TCGs is cool. The Gem Blenders guy who I had on my other podcast, my interview style one, they have a booth down there, so I'll be able to meet him in person, even though I just talked.
I forgot he said that. Yeah, I remember watching that. He said he was going to be there. That would be cool.
So that'll be cool. Yeah, he's a really nice dude. So I'm looking forward to meeting him, and yeah, it's going to be cool.
I need to make sure we get pictures with everyone. That's what we really need to be better at, because I didn't do enough of that last year. I only got maybe half a dozen pictures. So yeah, that'd be good. I know you just touched on a few there, like comics and games, and obviously we've got cards and VHSs. Like there's a lot of things being graded now. Outside of the obvious, like I feel like the obvious is cards and comics. Like they've been kind of established. They've been like a bit of a thing for a few years now.
Yeah.
Out of the other ones that are maybe a bit newer, a bit more nuanced, through water, and now we have VHSs coming in, that kind of stuff. Like some of those other nuanced ones, even coins, I guess you could say. What do you think has the most upside potential, like in the future? What do you think is probably most likely to do well? For me, I think probably games.
Yeah. Excluding comics and cards, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, games, VHSs after games, but I don't know. VHSs is a weird they're weird. And then you got DVDs, CDs. Why aren't those being graded? Pop figures are kind of weird to me. I feel like they're more, no offense to the pop figure collectors, is pretty cool stuff. But they're being sold as collectibles. I'm not a fan of those types of things that are being sold as collectibles. These are trading cards. Those are comic books. Those are video games. Those are not sold as collectibles. So it's a little bit different vibe from those things. And I feel like that gives it a lot more potential because people didn't initially collect them. There's so many pop. Obviously, there's intentionally short printed pop figures, so they're rare inherently, but it's sold as a collectible. So it just gives me Beanie Baby vibes. It's not Beanie Babies. It's way cooler than Beanie Babies. I have Beanie Babies, but it, like I said, being sold as a collectible is not a great feeling. Video games are definitely going to be doing well, have been doing well, have come down a lot, still very expensive. I still can't afford games that I want. It's crazy.
A lot of them. Did you see any of the sold prices on some of the games on PWCC?
Yeah,
Like
I wanted
some of the modern ones.
Yeah. Yeah, modern Pokemon graded a play if you're getting good grades. That's for sure.
Insane. Like some of the sold listings I've sold for games, like sealed games that have been graded lately, that are like from the past couple of years, even like some of the real modern stuff.
Yeah, it makes
Insane.
me want to walk into Target when the new Pokemon whatever drops next year and just buy
Literally.
a case, send the case to CGC, see what happens. Let the magic ride because if you get a WADA 10 or a CGC 10, it's like getting a black label. It like 7X's the freaking price. It's insane.
I mean, even 9.6s and 9.8s are selling high though, like compared
Yeah.
to what they actually cost in to buy and grade.
Yep, 9.8s are like PSA 10s for those of you that don't know. And then you can get a 10, but it's insane. I think there's one PlayStation 2 10 in WADA, and I think it's Grand Theft Auto 3. So that one just sold for $22K.
Yeah, that's not surprising. Wow.
Yeah,
Oof.
it's nuts.
Yeah, are you selling any singles? Are you going to take singles?
No, the issue with that is when I set up my table, I'll have the two displays on the table. The displays take up the entire table. So historically, I would have a little bit extra space with my displays. So if I bring singles, they're on top of the displays. It's covering up the stuff under them. I guess I could put them underneath, but then when they're raw, you need to pull them out. They need to look at it every time if they want to buy it. They need to inspect it. So when it's slabs, it's a lot easier. They don't always need to inspect it. They're looking at the grades and the price. And if they think they want to play with what you got going on, then they ask to maybe review it. But most of the time, people buying stuff there are not looking at the condition of the card in the slab. Most of them.
Do you think CollectCon would notice if I bought an extra table for you?
If they brought an extra, yeah,
if I bought one,
there ain't nowhere place for it to go. It'd be sticking out like a sore thumb.
Okay.
There ain't no way. There ain't no way you'd make that thing work. It'd be sticking out in the middle of the aisle.
I mean, it'd catch people's eyes that everyone would run into it.
Yeah. No, that'd be good. That'd be good.
What am I going to do with this bloody thing then?
So instead of you putting slabs underneath inside of my display, you're just going to put them on top. So you're still going to be taking up the same amount of real estate. It'll just be
probably less.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
we'll figure it out. I could stick them on a chair next to it or something.
Yeah, there's could also be a chance that people have flat table space that's open. At Denver, that was totally the case. There was always just people were showing up 3 hours late. They were leaving 3 hours early. There was always just like open parts of the entire section where you could just set those down. So you might just sit down there. So
yeah,
we'll figure it out.
Yeah, no stress. I'm not worried about it. The evening, I'm intrigued on where that's going to lead. Like, what if we're going to get like a big dinner together, or if we're just going to meet up, have a drink, or whatever. I don't know. It should be fun. I won't be there this Sunday. I don't remember if I told you that or not. I got to come home on the Sunday morning. I will just be there for the Saturday, so someone else will have to tag you in for lunch break.
Yeah.
But
No,
Saturday night will be fun at least.
Yeah, Sunday I'm leaving. My flight's leaving at 6, so I won't even be at the con until the very end. I'll be leaving there probably 3 o'clock, which is decent amount of time. I don't know, remember when they shut down, 4 or 6 on Sunday. I don't remember, but won't be there the entire time Sunday, but most of the time. But yeah, it's Saturday. It'll be awesome. Everybody will be tired at the end of after that, but people will probably,
especially traveling. Yeah,
we'll be going to probably some version of dinner, and yeah, I think that having a trade night back at the hotel would be pretty awesome.
Is there anything you think? This is a good question. Is there anything you think that I could bring because I live close that like you wish you'd had at the other cons that you couldn't bring because like you were flying or whatever? Like, is there anything that people like wish they could have had with them?
Yeah, a lot of
coffee
people,
machine or anything like random like home comfort type stuff.
No, nothing like that. No.
Drinks. Should I bring some like Gatorades or waters or anything? I mean,
yeah, that's definitely a play. I would definitely bring stuff. So that's what I did last time. I brought in a few waters, had a sandwich. I brought like a couple snacks because the stuff there is outrageous. And I don't know how I didn't go to Orlando last year, so I don't know how the line at concessions was. But the one at Long Beach was dog shit. It was literally like 40 people long the entire day. So if you wanted to go get lunch, you stood in a 40-person long line. It was rough.
All right, maybe I'll bring us like a cooler full of drinks and stuff too. Some snacks. Maybe that's a play. Anyone in the comments wants to shout at me for anything that you think might be good for me to bring that you wish you could bring? Just give me a shout. I can bring it. I've got everything. So.
Hell yeah. Yeah. You going to any other collect cons you think this year, or what are you thinking?
I don't know. I haven't looked at any of them. I'm definitely not going to be traveling to like Denver or any of those kind of ones, having the new baby and the current little girl. So yeah, I won't be doing any of that. But if there's any close, like if there's another Tampa one or Orlando or any of those, I saw there's one in Kissimmee, I think, in a couple of weeks, right after CollectCon. That's probably the closest, but it's literally the weekend after, so that's probably not going to work. But if there's any close ones, I'll probably pop up there for the day. Are you planning on going to the other ones? Are you planning on traveling to the other ones around?
Yep, I'd like to do Long Beach again. It was really fun.
Yeah.
Thoroughly enjoyed it.
He said it was pretty there too, like the actual area and stuff.
It was nice. It was nice. It was really good weather when we were there. It was freaking gorgeous. It was so nice.
Yeah.
It'd
be nice here this weekend.
Yeah, it's gonna be hot balls.
It's gonna be hot. Yeah, it's not normally that hot, but it's gonna be hot.
I got a ice warning for tomorrow. We're gonna have like, I think they said like almost a quarter inch of ice covering the roads tomorrow around 3 p.m. So that'll be good. It'll be nice to go to 90 degrees from that.
It's my ice warning.
Yeah. So no, I'll definitely not be wearing a sweater while I'm there. I'll be wearing t-shirt.
Well, I don't know. I don't remember if the AC was blasting in that place or if it was hot. Like, because that's the thing about Florida is because it's hot outside.
Yeah.
Everywhere like overcompensates. So
hell yeah,
for the heat. So the AC is like blasting nearly everywhere. But I don't remember it being cold in there.
So you're going to be staying in my hotel room. The first thing I do when I get into that bitch, I put that thing to like 65 degrees. So
yeah,
bring yourself a sweater if you need it.
Yeah, bring myself one. What's them big onesie things? What's it called?
Snuggie. A Snuggie.
Snuggie. Look at this Snuggie. Yeah, no, I'm not worried about that. I'm from England. I'm from basically the same place you are, temperature wise. So we just don't get the warm summers there. It's like only cold. It's either cold or freezing. It's one or the other.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No,
Chloe will tell you. She'll tell you about it. Bloody freezing over there.
Yeah. It's coming up, man. My flight's in several less than $100 from now. So.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. What day is it? Tuesday. Oh
yeah,
wow.
It's like 55 hours from now is my flight. So.
And you're flying in Friday morning.
Friday morning, I got the day off. Yeah, so I'll be flying in Friday morning, getting there 10:30, 11 a.m.
You're landing at 10:30 in the morning.
Yeah, Friday.
Oh man, I should have took Friday off. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it's all good.
So what are you gonna do Friday night?
Zero plans.
No, I did see a couple of people in Discord talking about potentially doing something. I don't know what. I think that'd be cool. Before you even get going, to get some dinner with some people or whatever. If there's anything happening at the hotel.
Yep. Yeah, it'll definitely be something going on for sure. It'll be there'll be a trade night Friday night, I'm sure. That'll be cool. So there usually is.
The night before.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that from last year. That's cool.
Yeah, there definitely will be at the hotel. Yep. There'll be a trade night, and it's usually like there'll probably be an organized one. It'll have it, and then Jason Page will be there. He'll be singing. Everybody will leave it. Then they'll go to the hotel. So, yeah,
he's a character. Is he at this one? I know you said that Vanilla Ice isn't. Is Vanilla Ice just done, or is he just not coming to this one?
This one for sure. I don't know about others, but he's definitely not on the card for this one. Jason Page will be there though.
Going back to the signature thing, I think I talked about this in a live stream, in one of the game night live streams we had. I took the Pokemon Vanillux. I took one of those. There's a Pokemon called Vanillux. It's basically the ice cream Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
So I took a Vanillux card because I was going to get Vanilla Ice to sign it. And his signature was like $100 or something. I was like, no, I'm not paying crazy money for signatures just for the fun of it. But I was like, I'll bump into him and I'll get him to sign it, and I'll figure that out. I didn't realize it was such a big deal. I was like, Vanilla Ice, like I'll easily be able to grab that guy, get a picture with him, and he was like, there was like women grinding on him and stuff. It was like crazy, like how people were like obsessed. It was nuts.
Yeah, it ain't my thing. That's for sure.
Yeah, it was bonkers, absolutely bonkers. But yeah, do you have any other topics you want to touch on?
Nope. Just recovering from my fisting from PSA. So it's the swelling's going down. Looking forward to meeting you this Friday or Saturday. Saturday you'll be driving out, and it'll be awesome, man. Looking forward to.
What time are you gonna set up?
I believe 8 a.m. is vendor setup. 9 a.m. is early entry for people who paid for VIP. 10 a.m. is doors for regular people that paid regular.
Are they not going to let me until 10 then? I have a regular ticket.
We'll talk about it.
Ticket. Okay.
I'll let you know. But yeah, there's could be some plays.
Okay. I think I'll try and get there as soon as possible. Obviously, have the whole day with you. Just try and get going. The traffic on I-4, it's like the main interstate heading into Orlando, is pretty wild. So sometimes it can take like an hour and a half. Sometimes it can take like 4 hours. So I'll just try and get there as soon as possible. But yeah, I'm excited too. Let's wrap it, guys. Appreciate everyone that's subscribed, everyone that's commenting on the spicy topics and upvoting them. Thanks everyone for hitting the like and being a part of it. Excited for all of you guys. We're going to see at Collecticon. Next week, we'll be filming and recapping on our successes and our stories and everything else. It should be a fun one to talk about everything Collecticon-wise. In-person event. Hopefully, Shiz and I will remember to get a selfie together so we can flash a picture up of that. And excited for it. So thank you all again. I'll see you next week.
Have a good one, everybody. Peace.
See ya.